Greetings, loving souls. I thought I'd keep talking to keep you company, to make you feel a little more comforted and less worried. We have some little good news. A lot of people have turned vegan, by the way, and hopefully you will keep on being vegans, as well as new people will turn vegan. Then we can save this beautiful planet that you love so much. God also loves this planet. The three most powerful also love this planet. It's just that the karma has been very, very troublesome and making a severe punishment on this world in which you live, thus affecting your lives and the lives of your loved ones in so many ways. But we have some good news now. Since many people turn vegan, we have been able to, we thought of a different way. We put up kind of a sheet, a transparent substance around the planet above the magnetic field and ozone. Thus, it minimizes the flare of the sun if it ever comes disturbing us more deeply than ever before. Then it would burn everything in our world, including ourselves. So now, since we put an extra sheet, it's transparent. It kind of has a little green tint, but you won't see it. It's just that you might feel that the sun is less intense, maybe less bright than usual, than before. We had put a sheet, like kind of a similar one before, but the karma kept making holes in it. Now we have made another new one on top of that holy one. Hopefully this time it will keep longer. If more people become vegan, then it will keep longer. And maybe later, everything will repair by itself. So we won't even need that. Then the sun will brighten up again. You see, yeah, I know what you're saying, that I keep talking about being vegan, but that is the little 1% that we need to completely repair and change this world so that it becomes like an Eden for all of you to stay safe, happy forever. If you want to continue to stay on this planet, that is the last screw we need, 1%. You see, it's just simple. I will say a simple example, like you want to put the door up and you have a door already, wood ready, decorated, everything already, and you have the hinges. But you need that little screw to screw the hinges onto the frame as well as onto the door, so that the door will be kept there, safe and sound. That little screw is very little compared to everything else in the house and on the door. But that little screw is very, very important. Now, that screw for our planet right now is eat vegan, okay? That's all there is. Very simple. Like many other things as well. Even you have a beautiful phone, functional, very nice, and can contact the whole world. And even with some instruments, you can contact the moon for NASA, for example. Those little things are very important. You can contact the moon. Even if somebody is on the moon, you can contact them, like the working crew members. Oh, by the way, I hope I will remember to tell you something about the moon. Just a change from our troublesome planet. Okay, now, the good news is that we put on that sheet, transparent, tinted green substance, so that it will keep the earth cooler than it might be if there were no such substance covering the whole planet. It's breathable, of course, made of a very special substance. You can't find it on earth. This is made by the peace people. After we kind of came in and protected them and kicked out the devils, they have been able to repair their instruments and make more substance of such things, as I just told you. So we covered the whole planet. Because if we keep covering one hole at a time, it takes too long. It would have been better if we just repaired where necessary, but it took too long and then disaster may happen. So right now, we have the less intense sun flare. Even if the sun flare comes, we feel it less intensely. Of course, you still feel the heat because there are some places where the hole is too big. But most places, the heat will be less than if we didn't have that sheet on the whole planet, covering the whole planet. I also put some protection also around the planet. But you all have to pray, turn vegan and stay vegan, being good, please, so that it will last. All these instruments, we use it, but it's not forever. It's not forever. Either you can keep it or you can destroy it, okay? So the heat will be less intense, and now we will have also less intense disasters, like storms or landslides or floods, irregularly and incredibly damaging, like recently, non-stop. And now it will become less intense and less frequent, and let's thank the three most powerful, who are united with God, the Almighty, and became the one most powerful. Without their power, extra power and support, blessing and grace, we could not have done all that at all. Please thank the three most powerful, the one most powerful for us. Oh yes, by the way, also I have promised you if I have a little free time, I will explain about the threesome. Originally, there were only two, but because the situation is so intense, so desperate, so the two became three, yes, so that they could, like God, collect more power individually from the universal store. So the three became more powerful. I mean, the two, Lord Jesus and the derived from Lord Jesus. Originally, there was only one. Yes, and it became derived. And God originally is one already and one son. But because the situation is very special, so it's split into two powers. And then with God power, it will become more powerful than ever before. And they are together, then of course, that's incredible. It's just like Master is also derived from Lord Jesus, for example, or from God. See, just like in a family, like a big and rich, powerful family has a big business, but the sons and the daughters want to split out, or the parents want them to split out to independently make their own business and take care of themselves, also to become mature and independent. And so originally the family is already rich and powerful, but the sons and the daughters split out, making their own businesses and companies. And they have their own more powerful business and rich as well. So if in case of any need or any time they want to decide to put back all their newly acquired properties, power and richness from the split out sons and daughters, then put all their money together, all their power together, and all share the same power and position, title, then it's more powerful than originally only one father, one family had it. In the one most powerful, the united power is needed because the two sons have been on earth with power for earth purpose, and they both were connected to earth as well, due to their previous work. Thus, their power is more solidified, more suitable, as all things here need to have some solid substance to be usable. Now, plus the pure, invincible, original power of divinity from heavens, then this is unbeatable. If humans add in their necessary shares, then the world can be saved, and we will be all happy. Well, I hope it's clear enough for you. There's nothing really 100% clear in the human's mind to understand this kind of thing, especially when it's abstract. But that's it. That's all I can think of right now. If anything more, maybe I explain another time. But this is very clear, one rich, powerful family. Normally, the son and daughter stay together, in the same family. And then maybe help the father to build that one business. But later, they became bigger, mature, so they came out, made their own companies and their own businesses. And then one day, maybe it's necessary. So for some reason, they put all the newly acquired and the old family riches, power together. Then that will be more powerful. Now you understand. Similarly, with all the masters, they came from God, of course. Greater substance than ordinary humans. Yes. Humans can develop from the capital power that God has given to them. They can develop and become also as great as the other sons and daughters, except Lord Jesus. Jesus, for example, is the only Son of God and could derive another one or not. And now the sons and daughters of God, or grandsons, granddaughters, they want to have their own company, for example, like that. So the Buddhas are like those sons and daughters who split from the family, have their own power, their own riches. And then they can even help other grandsons, granddaughters from God to come with them and work for their company instead of working elsewhere, or working for Maya, for Satan, the devil, for example. So those masters, saints and sages will become, of course, more powerful, yes, because they already attained their status of Buddhahood or sainthood, almost like Jesus Christ or another split out Jesus Christ. So if you want to follow any of these already accomplished, established, developed, and expanded sons or representatives of God, granddaughters, grandsons of God, then you can follow any master and go to their land and live there together. You see, together. And these lands of Buddhas or saints and sages who have already reached the highest status of enlightenment, they will be forever. It will not be returned to God, to Godhood, like they originally came from. That's one choice. If you want to follow one master, stay in their country, for example, their land, the Buddha land, or God's grandsons, granddaughters' land. I have no words in our worldly language to explain much more than that. If I can, maybe another time, I will expound further. But like this, you imagine like this, okay? Either you can go to that son and daughter or grandson, granddaughter, stay with them and be taken care of by them. And you don't have to return to God. Of course, you will be connected with God just the same, yeah? It's just different, just that you not be absorbed back into Godhood, back to the original where you came from. But to follow a great enlightened master already established with their own created world for you and for whoever follows them and is sincere, enlightened enough to follow them and stay with them, then they will continue further. And then one day you also will become a Buddha in their land. When you stay together, Buddha or not, yes? Whether you become a Buddha or not. But if you don't want to do that and you just let it be, then the cycle of coming out from Godhood through the Big Bang, for example, or returning back to Godhood, to the original, then you don't have to follow any master. You could just be good. Then maybe it's more comfortable for your physical being or any other kind of different body of being. Depends on where you are. You will live more comfortably. But if you do not care about all these rules and moral standards and self-realization, self-polishing, then you just live on. Some days you go to hell, other days you go back to this physical world or return to the animal kingdom or any other thing, yes? And then keep continuing like that, recycling yourself until forever. Then you return to Godhood. You will return to that. then you will recycle again, come back out again one day, and then become either human or animal, person or tree or whatever, and continue that life again until you mature enough. By nature, you don't do anything with your life. You don't practice, you don't do anything according to the universal law and to God's will. Then you will keep recycling like that. Hell or heaven or earth or nothingness, anywhere. Depends on what you have done in the previous life. And if you follow a master, then you'll be liberated from that circle and forever. Then you will be just better and better until you find completely your own great self. Then you become also like one of the masters. And then you can help others or not. It depends on what your destiny is, or what you decide to do with your life after enlightenment. And even before that great enlightenment, if you want to help others, you already have enough power. If you have a great enlightened master already, then she will, of course, teach you and make you see more and more of your great self. Yeah, between ignorance, normal sentient beings, and the great mastership, the higher you go, the more power you have. You can already help people, help other beings, instead of just being a normal person without recovering your treasure inside, within yourself. So that's why many people follow masters and they worship them a lot, because they know they can get out of that cycle of returning again and again with all kinds of different lifestyles and life destinations. But if they don't have a master, then they will keep being recycled like that until forever. It's not just from one day to the next. Once you are absorbed back into the original power, original Godhood, then it takes long time in order to be recycled again as you are now, or less or more. We call it a Big Bang, okay then, because that moment doesn't just come from one day to another day. It will take rest for a long time to clean up anything that you have messed around on this planet or any other planet or in any other different life form, either as humans or animal people or other beings, even stones or trees. So the absorption doesn't take an immediate effect. It takes eons of time. So now, if you don't follow any master and don't liberate yourself from that cycle, then you will have to wait eons of time, especially now when the cycle is coming to an end. And, the judgment will be very meticulously, strictly carried out. And if you're not worthy, then you can't be liberated. Then you have to be absorbed back and go through hells or different low levels or high levels, depends. So it takes eons, long forever time until you even truly come back to that original Godhead. You see what I'm saying? And then if you want to get out again, you stay there also forever until there is another Big Bang, and then all things come out from that original position, from that original power again. Then you come out again as whatever you are at that time. Humans, animals, people, other beings, rocks, trees, for example. That's why people, from time immemorial, whoever understood that, followed a master. And they chose their master very carefully. Because if you choose the wrong one, then you also go back into the cycle again. Because that master himself also is not free, not liberated. So how can he liberate you? So from time immemorial, we have many masters, but not like numerous. Like even for 2,000 years since the time of Lord Jesus, how many truly enlightened masters have come out? You can count them on your fingertips. No, that I make it simple and short. I hope you really can understand that. That's why people look for enlightened masters to follow them or recite their names. Even if the Buddha is not there anymore, they recite their names, introduced by the original Buddha on our planet, that is Shakyamuni Buddha. And also, like Lord Jesus came down to teach people. Very short, unfortunately, but that's what it is. That's how you know the name of Jesus Christ and Buddha and many other Buddhas, many other saints and sages who followed Jesus Christ and became greatly enlightened themselves. Yeah. So if you recite their names, you'll be blessed, you'll be uplifted and protected, and you will go to their heavens. But then, if you just recite their names, but you didn't practice much during their lifetime, then you will have not very high level in their realm. It's just like you have a great teacher in the school, but if you are not learning well, then you will be the last in the class. And maybe your chance of taking a good job, earning more money or high position in society will be less than those who are more advanced in their study. All right. Is there anything else? I have to stop the recording and think. Remember. You see how many masters went down to earth suffering brutal treatment, and they still do it. They still love humans to do it. And they don't ask for much, except you be connected with them through the process called initiation. It's a simple one, actually, because if you open the store of knowledge in your soul through a master's power, then you have it already. So it's not much to do except trying to collect more and more power every day, opening more and more the road home, opening more and more gates to free yourself with the master power always beside you and helping you when you fall also. Yes. And now, I know you keep thinking that I always talk about veganism, but that is the screw that you need to fix your door to your house. Without that screw, you can't do it. It's very small, simple, but if anybody wants to fix the door, she will ask for that screw. Where are my screws? I just put it here now. It's gone. I can't find it anymore. They have to find that screw. Those 4 screws or 3 screws depends on how many holes in your hinges and how big your door is. That's all there is. I can't keep telling you, get any other screw, get any hook, anything. Put a stone in there and take another screw that is bigger, stronger. No, it has to be exact. It has to be that small screw. That's all there is. We have done a lot of things, everything already. But that screw is missing. And you guys don't do it. I beg the government leaders, please make people understand this and please apply vegan rules. Right now, you just charge more tax. You just, rescue the wild animal, people building a bridge for them to cross the road. All this is wonderful, of course. You protect the animal people. And you make the laws like don't harass the animals, don't abuse the animals. But they're abusing them every day. If you still continue eating animal people meat, and we can't find that screw in the mess, please just be vegan. And then everything will be fixed together, stable, strong. We could possibly even avoid world war if it comes to it. And we could even stop all these stronger earthquakes in Japan that are coming in a couple more months. Many of the clairvoyant prophets, they already predicted a big, strong, murderous earthquake with the tsunami as well, because the ocean bed is already cracking and it is going to get bigger. And at that time, the tsunami will come. After the earthquake, it will be opened even bigger, and then a tsunami will come and swallow everything. And at that time, I can't tell you anything anymore. I cannot do anything anymore. Nobody can. If it happens, it happens. Just like 311 in Japan last time. That was very small compared to the one that's coming. It will kill a lot of people in Japan, and I don't know if Japan will be in one piece at all. I don't know what else will happen, not just a tsunami and an earthquake, but it will destroy many other structures and maybe nuclear power plants, and the damage will be no end. And all the dirty water from the nuclear plants will go all over everywhere, in the river, in the ocean, and poison everything and everyone related to it. Please just be vegan. We need that little screw. 1% only of the whole project in order to save the planet as a whole. And if you continue to be vegan after that, this world will become Eden. I promise. Otherwise, that's it. No matter how hard you try with your life and do good, even if you do charity or helping animal people, helping children, this is wonderful. It just is not the screw. Not the exact screw that we need to fit in that hole that we need to hold the house together with the door. But at the moment, we should feel grateful already. Less heat from the sun, so the planet will not heat up too unlivably, unbearably, and the disasters are less frequent now and less intense. So we should be very happy already. And I'm thanking you, all of you who turn vegan. You are the heroes. You are the world saviors. You save the planet in this way. Just put down that piece of animal people's meat. Replace it with plant-based protein. That's all there is. Even if it might not taste the way you used to tasting it, you get used to it. It's just habit. Everything we can get used to. When I first came to live in the wilderness, I was also struggling a lot. And sometimes I wanted to give up. I wanted to run back to the city. It's more convenient. Ready electricity, ready hot water and cool water, ready kitchen, ready bathroom. It's not the same as when you live in the wilderness. But then I got used to it. I'm determined to stay. If you live in the forest or in the mountains alone, it's much better for you even. You don't have to share the karma with the people around you. It has great advantages. It's more quiet. It's more easy for me to have peaceful concentration inside. And less karma, easier to bear. But still, it takes some time to get used to it. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you these practical things. It's all habit. Humans are very strong, powerful. You can get used to all kinds of situations. We are very, very resilient. The proof is that we are still here and more developed, have more and more population compared to the Ice Age or before the Ice Age and after the Iron Age or after the Metal Age, whatever. With so much trouble, so much, fumbling in the dark and in failure and getting up again, and we survived. And survived strongly. It's just that when we get too comfortable and have so many offerings to us, we begin to feel more materialistic. We're chasing more of this material comfort, and we forget what is important in our lives. We do not have to talk about a soul or after death or reincarnation or anything related. If we are good, our life will be comfortable here and now. And everybody will also be comfortably affected. And life is much more beautiful and happy. But if we continue to destroy everything and lower our moral standards, just as long as we live, don't care who dies, then what quality do we have in this life? And for our children and everything, not to talk about heavens yet. Even if you don't believe heavens exist, you have to make your life comfortable by doing whatever necessary to make the surroundings peaceful and happy and beautiful. Because it is you who will be affected firsthand. Okay, again, I thank all the people who turn vegan for the environment's sake, for saving the world's sake. I thank you. May God bless you. May you continue this noble lifestyle, thinking of others, comfort, and life instead of only our own. Because that's more noble if you're more selfless. You grow in love and wisdom and moral and virtues. That will bring a lot of luck, happiness, and good tidings into your life. Now I think I'm going to tell my people something about the moon, because we talk a lot about the moon. We experienced a lot of the moon's friendliness and closeness to us, to me especially. But many of my close people previously have experienced many such things, not I myself alone. I remember when we were together a long time ago, me and the residents, we went to retreat in the mountain, very remote, and there's no electricity, just a river, in a mountain. And we were singing, and we don't have light. And then the fire went out, no more light, we were singing and playing. And the moon just stayed there for many hours. It doesn't move. All these hours, she's just standing there still, right there where it was, and not moving left, right, down, up, nothing. It seems like a fairy tale, but it was a true story.
讲经完以后，交接呢，常住要到餐厅去的时候，那时候月亮真的很大，光明很大，而且还定住了。我给他观察5分钟，定住都不动了，都不动了，大概打坐太入定了。
So they're curious to know about the moon, because humans have prepared many machines and instruments to go to the moon, and some already went to the moon, and some fell and some succeeded. But not too many people know about the moon. I mean, the light on the moon, not just the surface floor of the moon. Inside the moon, I talked to the king of the moon. His name is His Majesty, the King Plalos, Plalos. He's a forever king of the moon, because the moon people trust him. There's no need to change any king. Like every 4 or 5 years, we change the president on Earth. Now the moon people know a lot about us, but we don't know anything about them. They live inside the moon, not on the surface of the moon. And they have physical beings, just like us. They are like almost 500,000 people who live inside the moon. Inside the moon is a beautiful place also. There are trees, fruit trees, grass, flowers, just almost like us here. It's just that they don't eat the fruits. They don't eat any vegetables that grow around there. They're just there. They were there all the time before they came. Or the moon people were not originally in the moon. They came afterward. I just tell you what I remember. It's not orderly, but it will give the whole picture. Before they came to the moon, they have their own world. It's called, let me remember. I forgot. Yes, before the moon, people had their own world. It was called Peace World. They lived happily there, and everything was okay until a neighboring warlike group came and wanted to absorb them into their own and make themselves king and control the people. So these people in the peace world had to run away. They didn't want to stay with this king and these different people because they were zealous devils. They were very lower level. So the peace world people just make peace with them. That's okay. If you want it, then you have it. We live. We just live. Don't fight. Don't make trouble for us. So they agreed like that. So the king, Plalos, took his people, went to the moon, and has stayed there until now. And before they came, the moon, the inside of the moon, had a world of its own already, with all kinds of things similar to outside, with even brightness from different places. And then had all kinds of scenery, had water, had rivers, had streams, had lakes, had an ocean. So therefore they settled in this area. And they did not have to eat anything. They are kind of breatharian. And now we call them the moon people. So that is easier for you to remember, to distinguish who is where. But these moon people, they are just peaceful. That's why they didn't fight back. And they are very advanced in technology. All of them are 4th level. some maybe lower fourth, middle fourth, or higher fourth level. Remember I said to you last time that there's from astral level all the way up to the fifth level, and these people are from the fourth level, and they are in physical bodies. They attained the fourth level, but they have physical bodies, so they are like immortal people. They don't have to die. They don't have to eat or drink anything at all, and they continue living like that. And I asked the king, so how do you live every day, you people? He said, oh, we live just happily. And then we make some new things for fun, and we go visit other planets nearby, go to your planet. I said, why do you want to visit our planet? Just sightseeing? He said, no. We also take on a duty to protect the security of your planet. And so I thank him. Whatever I remember, I just tell you, okay? It doesn't have to be in order like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because whenever I'm in contact with any other planetary beings or heaven or divinity, I do it in the darkness when I meditate. In samadhi, you can't fetch a pen and write. And if I try to get out of samadhi and go back to the world, then I probably find it harder to come back. The mind is set in. Then it's difficult to go back there again. But I do sometimes. I have to tell them that I will come back. I need to go to do this, do that, some urgent stuff, and I come back. But it's better if you just sit there and be in that mood, in that level, in order to talk to them or do something with them. So the moon people, they go down sometimes, not sometimes, often. I ask how often. They say every couple of days even. Many times a week, several times a week, often, because they want to also help this world to retain security as much as possible. So I say, okay, can you help? If we have a world war again, for example, can you help us to do something to stop the war, bring peace? So he said, no, we don't want to. We just do as much as we can in the peacefulness, because the humans are very aggressive. It's better we don't interfere with their actions or their plans. Many of the planets, when I talk to them, they're all scared of us, truly like that. It's a sad thing. It's not an honorable thing, because we have so much more than many of them. Many of them don't have fruit trees that we have. Less fruit trees. And not so beautiful, green and flowery and beautiful rivers and drinkable water, all that. Some are less than us, some are more. It depends on their level as well, huh? But they're all very much afraid of us. We are just too warlike, too aggressive, too unpeaceful. I'm sorry. That's what they told me. That's how they observed us and made that comment. Well, they were right. You all know that. You all know that. Even some lesser planetary worlds, they're more peaceful. They don't make war for anything at all. They talk together, they discuss, they propose. They don't go out and shoot each other just to take their land or to prove their opinion or to control or anything like that. We are terrible. We are almost near hell. The way we treat each other and other innocent beings like the animal people. Oh, sometime long ago, when I was already free and driving around with a driver, of course, I saw advertisements on the walls of the streets and how much it costs, this meat, that meat. Oh God, and I just shuddered, thinking, oh my God, it's so dangerous to live here in this world. So you see, even the other neighboring vicious devils came and took their land. They also didn't care to seek payback, to fight back. They just went somewhere else and lived in peace. Like in the inner moon right now. That's where they settle and they're happy there. They also go around, visit other friendly planets or check on us to see if there's anything they can help with. Whatever they can help, only they don't kind of fiercely try to stop war for us or do anything, because they really don't like war. They don't like it. They think if whatever planet wants to make war with each other, okay, that's their problem. They don't have to interfere. They just help quietly, anything they can. That's all. Yeah, I just remembered. I asked whether or not the people in the moon people, become old or use anything to keep themselves so young and beautiful. They say, no, I don't need anything. They are just like that forever. And I asked whether or not the people in the moon marry, have couples or like romantic relationships. They say, yes, we have. And I say, you have children born out of marriage or stuff like we do here? He said, no, we just being loving and kind and romantic together, but we don't have physical kind of intimacy. Yeah. So the population remains almost like that all the time. So I asked him whether or not we humans can go live there, because I know that some humans are going or planning to go to live there, whether or not they can go into their world, in the moon world inside and live with them. He said, no, they could live outside, but they cannot get in. They have to be equipped to be inside with them. Even if I want to go there, they have to equip me with some special garment in order to bear the different atmosphere, yeah, and also to avoid harm to them. If we bring in any germs, for example, or pandemic, COVID-19, whatever, or poor us, they don't have such things there. They live forever, and they look young forever, and they're happy forever. But if we go in there, for any reason, we might bring trouble to them. Besides, the mentality is different. The humans have very low standards, lower spiritual knowledge even. It might cause conflict with them. First, I asked the king whether or not they are afraid of the humans who are coming to their land, to their world. He said no, because his word, he said no, because we live in a tower of secrecy and high security. Nothing can break their defense to get inside their world. They don't want to fight, so they keep very safe inside. They could go anywhere they want. It's just that if they happen to see a human go into their area, then they avoid them or go to another gate instead. It's very difficult to get inside their gate. It's very deep, long corridor anyway, and inside there's so many defense systems that no one can get in up to now. Well, I pray that it's true like that and that they can keep their peace and quiet, because if humans come in, I never know what will happen. Even on Earth, between humans and humans, they already snatching each other's lands and causing so much sorrow, pain, and suffering for children in war, and elderly women and all kinds of innocent beings have to suffer so much just because they like to snatch a piece of land or to show that they are more powerful, whatever. It's all ego talk anyway. It's all evil kind of actions. It's not fit, not dignified enough for humans. But the thing is, we don't just have humans on this planet. We have other kinds of devils around in different worlds next to our planet, and they influence some, especially those who already have warlike tendencies embedded in their being. Then it's easier for demons to influence them, to possess them and make them cause war, cause trouble, all kinds of suffering for other humans. That is the thing. So I'm glad that the moon people really protect themselves by high security. I hope it works that way forever for them, because it's bad enough already that we cause suffering for each other here and cause life-threatening dangers to ourselves already, not to go to some peaceful world and disturb their life. That's not fair. They do nothing wrong to us. They even go around and try to help in whichever way they can for our safety. I just hope the moon people don't go too deep inside our own karma and then get sick themselves and bring it back to the moon. Oh, please, God, protect these moon people. They are so good. And then in the beginning of our conversation, I already asked the king, why is it that they are so kind to me? Me and my other monks in former times, when I had a lot of monks, we didn't have a home. So we camped in the nature, near the river, stream, so that we had water to drink. and we just sang or roasted potatoes between my lectures. So I said, why are you so kind to us, because sometimes when we were singing in nature under the moon, your moon just stood still for hours on end until we finished and we wanted to go to sleep. Then you just dropped down behind the mountain so fast. Many of the monks are still alive, and so I'm not telling just a story. It's a true story, yes. And similarly, many times different things, or the moon just smiled so bigly as if you were looking at the face of a human in the sky. The whole moon became a face, a smiling face. One of your brothers, in Costa Rica, he saw it, and one of the monks saw it and still remembers. Maybe he told it one time to somebody or not. But I'm telling you a story in which the witnesses are still alive, yeah? I'm just telling you. And many other things, a lot of things. Before, I used to take the monks and nuns around when we went anywhere. So they witnessed many things that outside brothers and sisters did not. These are some of those things. So I asked him, also, sometimes you send me love, the moon. When I just think about you or try to take a photograph in an impossible corner of the forest, and you just send me a heart like that, so clearly, with even a black ring around the heart, so it made it more prominent. Why have you been so kind to me like that, so friendly, so loving? He said, because we love you. That's why he said, so simple like that. I said, I love you too. I think we all love you, the humans and the animal people. We all love you. You're so beautiful in the sky. You're so unique. Without you, I don't know what we would feel, to live without the moon. So I was happy to hear that also. He said he knows. That's why he also tries to help with the security for our planet as much as he can. But we ourselves don't even care about our safety, security, food, water, starvation, or whatnot. People outside of our planet have nothing to do with us, still care so much about us. People from Mars, from Venus, and from the moon. As far as I know, there are more, of course. I love to speak to all of them because they have so much knowledge and peaceful energy, that you love them. But I don't have so much time to even talk. It just comes out sometimes. When it's naturally there, then I would talk to them. If not, I wouldn't run around the whole universe and from one place to another, knocking at their door and wanting to chat. Just because the moon is right in front of us all the time, and the moon has been so kind and shows so much love to me, so friendly, even to the group of my monks and my nuns some years ago. At that time, we didn't have cameras. We were poor. We were just homeless. So we didn't record all these phenomena for you. But what I told you is all the truth. In fact, I missed many other details. Yeah, like sometimes we were on the beach or something and the clouds covered the whole moon. I just said, I wish, the moon comes out. And then it came out immediately. Took all the clouds away. I can see clearly. And of course, it could not be too long because too many clouds. So immediately it disappeared. But then it came back out again later. A lot of times like that. Also the sun, the same. Whenever I come out with a camera, I want to take a photograph. Of course, in the forest, it's more difficult to find a clearance. But the moon tries so hard, always comes out of the cloud or moves to another space quickly where there are no trees for me to take photographs. I'm grateful to no end for all this love around. So the moon, the sun, the stars, and even the small animal people, like squirrel and the bird people, all that, they come and talk, and they show their love as well. I'm grateful to no end, to God's grace, so that I have such beautiful memories to keep from the people that are not next to me, from the animal people, instead of being harassed or chased around or threatened by my own human people on this planet. So sometimes I feel very sad. So I thought, could I go and live with the moon or not? They say, yes, very welcome. I say, I guess I don't have that luck. But how about other humans? If they want to go and live with you, can they do it? So he said, yes, they can. But they have to be on our same level, number one. Number two, they have to really be committed to stay with us. And then after they die, we will welcome them and bring them here. I say, but you have physical bodies now in your world. And the people from the Earth planet, if they die, then they don't have physical bodies anymore. How are they going to live with you then? He said, oh, we have an instrument. We can give them flesh and bones back. And then they will be just like they were alive and they can live with us. So I said, how many humans have already been living with you here? He said, 403 up to now. 403. And they're happy together, of course, same level, same form, yeah, so happy forever. If they are accepted by the moon people and live there with them, they also liberated forever. Yeah, but they have to be on the same level, at least fourth level, yeah? There's no fifth level up there, just fourth level. And of course they have to check whether or not these persons are sincere, have good moral standards, high level, enlightened, peaceful and like that before they accept them. Of course, who would like to have disturbances in such a peaceful and happy world like theirs? So I asked him whether or not their houses, I can see, but of course we are having a conversation. I can't just say, oh, I see everything. You don't need to tell me. Just conversation, friendly. Also for you to know, yes? So I asked whether or not their houses are on the ground or in the air, because on many planets, more advanced planets, the houses are in the air, not on the ground like on this planet. He said, they are on the ground. I said, okay, do you walk also? Or because you have like flying cars and what we call here UFOs like that, do you even walk? He said, yeah, on the ground, yes. Similar to this world, but they have flying cars if they go a long way, like from one corner of the inner moon to the other corner. Oh, yes. By the way, because I asked, do you live only on the bright side of the moon or on the dark side? He said both, on both sides. And so they use flying cars to drive around to see each other. But they don't have to drive like we drive cars here. They use the willpower to drive whatever vehicles or whatever things they have to lift up or to work with. There's no heaviness there. It's better, eh? Over here we need a lot of instruments to lift even just some stones. And sometimes we couldn't even do that. And instruments often, when kaput, we can't use them. They take a long time to repair, or we have to throw them away and buy new ones. I asked him, how does he feel about our world, He said he feels sad because we cause so much trouble to ourselves. And just a simple solution we could not even take up. He knows that I advocate vegan to save the planet and to make forever peace here, but it takes so long and the whole world is not completely vegan. So he knows all that and he says he feels sad. It's just one little solution and we could easily take it up to save the whole world so that the humans can continue to live on such a beautiful planet. He said our planet is very beautiful. Yeah. Many planets envy that because we could live outside of the planet and not worry about anything. Meaning on top of the soil, on top of the earth. And we could also live inside the earth, the hollow inside the earth, just like they are living in the moons in space right now. See? They also could make their own moon, their own sun, but they can regulate them so that the temperature is always the same and very healthy. Good air. And I asked him, so you have light all the time or what? He said, no, at the night. When we need to rest, then it turns off automatically. So everything there is peaceful and easy. If they don't have to eat, I guess it's more easy than on this world where people fight for food and drink and all kind of comfort, out of greed even. Otherwise, the planet can support enough for everybody to have enough food and comfort, a simple life. But the humans always think the more the better, so grabbing more and more is never enough. That's why there are so many problems. There's so many problems because of greed, and the strong oppress the weak like that.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.